We have a 5-1 mental projector, only the 4323, so only the channel of structuring from the ajna to the throat. So yeah, where to begin? The first thing you need to know is it's so rare to be a mental projector. It's such a different experience of life. She has two centers defined and the rest are open. So what's the first thing we would see about this chart? Always start with the most obvious. Always start with the surface because this is where transformation happens and this is where people can really get crazy insights into who they are. We do not have to go deep into human design. I can do readings based just on the centers and the open centers. That's it. And type. I don't even have to look at a single gate activation. Um, so when we look at the mental projector, what do you see? Oh, there's two centers defined. She has nothing defined, no centers defined below the throat. So this means her G center's open, sense of identity and direction and love. All the four motors are open, so no consistent motor energy here. And then the spleen's open for a sense of safety and well-being. So this is just like, she's like a floating head and throat, like moving through life, so vulnerable, so open. And when we look at the not self, well, holy shit, she has seven open centers, seven not self themes that she's going to have to deal with of being a projector. So these are going to be some of the most conditioned people you're ever gonna meet. All projectors are, but someone with so much openness in her body, she's so prone to conditioning. And I'll just rattle off the themes. Always in a hurry to get rid of pressure, open root. Never knowing when enough is enough, open sacral center, wanting to grind and be consistent and amplify that sacral creative energy. Avoiding truth and confrontation, open solar plexus. Emotions are going to be really scary and interesting for her. Holding on to things that are no longer good for her, the open spleen, because the spleen is where we have a sense of feel good and a sense of safety and a sense of health and well-being. So the open spleens in the not self, it's like, oh my God, am I even able to survive physically on this plane? Let me hold on to things that are going to give me that sense of safety. Open ego, always needing to prove herself in this life. Gate 21, I need to be in control of my life. I need to be in control of everything if I'm going to survive. And then the open G center, always looking for love and direction. Who the hell am I? Why does it feel so weird? Why do I feel like I'm so vulnerable and so open and I can't keep up? And the pace of the world doesn't make any sense to me. And why is everyone so stupid? Why is everyone so inefficient? Why can't people see the things that I see? Um, who am I? Why won't people listen to me? And then the open head is thinking about things that don't matter. So being lost in the questions, trying to solve her life mentally, trying to solve other people's questions for them because she knows she's here to help. So it's like listen to all these themes. This is what's normal. This would be so normal for this design. Like that's her normal experience of life when you don't know you're a projector. And then she has the only thing activated is this freaky mind. This is the genius to freak. So she's brilliant, intelligent, forward thinking. She sees things that others don't. She can be so focused on knowing how to like bring efficiency to anything really. And when she doesn't wait for the invitation, when she doesn't wait for the right timing to explain the things that she knows, people are going to be like, "What are you talking about? This doesn't make any sense. You're weird. You're the freak at this point." So this can be like, think about the not self version of this life. It can be so much bitterness can live here. And I'm guessing, like me, it was, I'm not seen. I'm not recognized. I don't fit into groups. I don't belong. Like I'm so sensitive. Why? Like it's just it's a whirlwind with a design like this, and it could be so freaking confusing into why life seems hard. Why does life seem, you know, like it doesn't make any freaking sense? And she's someone with a busy mind that's wanting to make sense of everything. It's wanting to know. This is the voice that says, I know or I don't know. So when we look at the light side of this design, where you're open is where you can gain the most wisdom. So think about your definition and your centers that are defined. This is like the student, and where you go to school, the classes that you take is all your open centers. So she has the biggest capacity to cultivate wisdom by learning about all of these themes once she gets out of the not self. So to me, wow, this is somebody who you need help structuring your life. I would go ask this person. I would book a session with this person. I'd be like, what do you see? How do I become more efficient? Where am I out of alignment? Like she could be a brilliant, brilliant guide because of how receptive and how sensitive she is to all of these different energies. So she's going to be able to see people so, so deeply. And when she waits for the right timing and recognition, she'll be able to explain to you something that you wouldn't have been able to think about. And the thing I love about the 4323 is like I'm a transmitter. I can kind of flow, I can say my thing, I can like make things make sense and understandable. But I can say something in like a storytelling kind of way, and they can listen to it and they can say it in like 6 words, and it just fucking like penetrates me. It like hits me. It like unlocks something in a whole new way. So 4323s, when they're wait for the right timing and they have the wisdom and something to share, it's so sharp and it's so clear and it's so like succinct that um it's really impactful to listen to them. So this would be, I would guess that this is a person who would be driven so to the not self that they'll have to wake up, which was kind of like me. I had so many health problems. I really hit a rock bottom. Life was so confusing. I didn't have any other choice but to wake up. So this is like the guide of the guides. This is like such a powerful design to have like such clarity in knowing and in an ability to guide and structure um, uh, other people's lives or to bring efficiency into an organization or um, yeah, it's a very freaky, purely individual. She's not going to fit in anywhere. She's not going to fit into these groups. She's going to be either guiding them um, or really struggling and confused at why she feels so different. So yeah, just a really unique, really beautiful, powerful guide here. And I would be, yeah, I'd be interested to see what do you know? What do you see? Uh, what has been your experience of life? What have you learned? Yeah, interesting one. Music could be so important for you, or silence, and going between the two. Uh, Very acoustic mind. She has voices in her head that is she's getting downloads or getting insights or yeah, and it comes in as a stream of a voice. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I see there's a lot more to talk about here, obviously, but we can just leave it at that. Thank you for sharing.